Hey everybody, I'm Dr. John Degenhardt, a chiropractor for 44 years who hosts the show Let's Talk Chiropractic. We started the show, Lenise, over 30 years ago because every day I still hear people saying I'm afraid of a chiropractor, or I don't know what chiropractors do, or this chiropractor didn't help me. So I want you to listen to her story, and then we're going to let you watch to see what the adjustment is like. So take 30 seconds, give the audience an idea. Who is Lenise?
Hi, I'm Lenise. I am a person who works in the IT department. I also live in the Poconos. I have a family. I do a lot of gardening. I do a lot of traveling. And I spend my time at work, sometimes bending, sometimes installing hardware. So for me, being physical is a big part of my life.
And that's why I love my life, Lenise. It is a joy to get people healthier so they can get back to their activities. Let's take a break. But she was in a car accident about 5-6 months ago, and they were not helping her until she came here. So take a break. Let's hear her story. So about 6 months ago, Lenise was in a car accident. Was it down near the Philadelphia area?
It was in the Pocono area.
Okay, more by your home than
more closer to my home.
Well, how did you end up going to doctors near the Philadelphia area for like 5 months, I believe, wasn't it?
Yes, I was going to different doctors over various regions. So my accident happened on April 12th of 2024. I was on my way to work and someone came out of a car wash. I was driving down. They came out of a car wash and hit my car, and it went all the way along the entire side of my car. Immediately after that, my symptoms weren't presented immediately, but over the course of like an hour, 2 hours, the pain started, increasing. So as the pain increased, eventually I contacted, an attorney, and they suggested, hey, you need to go see an orthopedic doctor. So I ended up going to see an orthopedic doctor. I saw my family doctor. I saw chiropractor. I saw a pain and spine specialist. I saw all these doctors over various different regions. I went through about 5 months, I would say, of physical therapy. And every week there was more hope that I would feel better. Every week. It's like, okay, we're going to try this. We're going to try that. And every day I just kept saying, it's not getting better. I need something different. During my session with the previous chiropractor, he was really friendly, really great. But it was more so he focused on soft tissue manipulation. Mm-hmm. And I don't think he applied other techniques, the techniques that you've applied, that I feel that has made a better difference for me.
What she said was powerful. There are different techniques that chiropractors are trained. So for example, if I get a cancer patient, a 90-year-old patient, you can't crack their bones. You could do more soft tissues. So this chiropractor used an instrument, I believe you said, sort of just like massaging.
Correct.
So your main pain, I believe, was at the right hip and the right shoulder?
Right hip, right shoulder, right groin, left side of the neck. Yes.
So I believe upon, we call it the crash dynamics. When you came out of the car wash and Joe hit your car, as your body misaligned, first thing, so again, in my multiple techniques, we measured the length of your legs. You said they never did that.
Right.
So we're going to show you in 10 minutes what that looks like. But Lenise laid on her stomach. We bent her legs. Her right leg was this much longer. So listen to her story. Physical therapy, orthopedic doctor, a chiropractor who just does massage. You weren't getting anywhere.
No.
So though they were hopeful every week, you probably came home and said, oh my God, when am I going to finally start to feel better?
Right.
So I'm curious, when did you mentally say, I'm going to stop this 5 months of not getting any better? How did you eventually decide to come to our office?
I came to a realization on my own that I needed a second opinion. I need to find someone else. Okay. And I was talking about it at work, and my colleagues had said, hey, let me give you this guy, this doctor. This doctor can, he worked with my girlfriend. And I said, okay. well, I'll give them a try. And I'm going to be honest, I was 100% skeptical. I went
That's okay.
home.
I'm glad you're honest.
I went home and I told my husband, I said, I don't know. I don't know. He sounds like a miracle worker, but I don't know. But I'm going to be honest with you. After about a month and a half, I was just so used to being able to get to this point with my neck. And I was driving to work and I had to look over my shoulder to see if traffic was coming. And I went like this. And the amount of excitement I had driving, I was like, oh my gosh, right?
Good girl.
So when I went home that evening, I look at my husband, I said, look at this. And he goes, what? What am I looking at?
Yeah.
And I was like, no, just look. And I was like, I can turn my neck. And he was like, oh, wow. So, honestly, it has been such a significant difference just coming here, just with this. I mean, yes, it's going to take us a little bit longer.
Right.
I mean, if we don't know at this point if the damage is permanent.
Right.
But I can say is that after the treatment and the techniques that are being applied here, I do feel some slight relief.
And remember, what I love about her, I walk in the room, how you doing? Terrible. What's going on? I thought you were improving. Here's what I said to you. What I wish she would say was, well, the last 4 days I was improving. But then I tried to, because you're a physical, active kind of a girl,
Yes.
she tried to cut her grass for 45 minutes and felt terrible afterwards.
Yeah.
So again, a good doctor is a good listener, and you have to say, wait a second, Lenise, tell me in sequence. So then I think she said, no, he's right. I was improving, so sure enough, by cutting grass, because you felt better, you like to be active, and I just said, slow it down. For 5 months, this damage has festered. It's taking me time to, as it stays in place and it gets more stable, then you could get more active. But you could have jumped ship.
Yeah.
And you could have said to your husband, he's not helping me like the other guys, but it's our communication. So I think now you understand. John's adjusting me differently than they did in Philadelphia. I am getting results, but for 5 months I've been damaged. I have to just give it more time, and that's what we've been doing together.
Correct. Yeah.
Good. Okay, let's wind down a little bit. So she's in a car accident back in April 24th?
April, yeah.
Okay, so her attorney advises her to go to doctors down in the Philadelphia region. She does what the attorney says. I'm not against attorneys. After 5 months, though, even she probably thought after 1 or 2 months, hey, something's not right. I thank God that a coworker said, try a different routine. Our technique, which you'll see in 10 minutes, is different. Not rough, I would have scared her, but it's more of an adjustment where the other chiropractor just massaged her. So let's take some time and talk about massages and the adjustment and how she's doing on the next 7-minute segment. So go take a little break. My challenge is to change people's lives, yet everybody, Lenise, is different. I have to be a detective. Look at little details of mentally, where is this patient at? Physically, what is she doing? So it took me a while to get to know you. I didn't know that you were going to cut grass. I remember thinking that day, I told her, give it more time, but I think the weather was nice and maybe you were feeling better, so you wanted, I guess, test it a little bit. So it's like a friendship that we both develop as time goes on.
Okay.
But for people watching the show, Lenise, my biggest challenge, I went out, I took my wife to dinner, the first thing people say, you're one of those bone crackers. I'm afraid I'll never go to see somebody like you. When I adjust you, you lay on your stomach, I measure your legs. When initially the right leg was this much longer. What does it feel like when I push on your right side?
It's no pressure. It doesn't hurt at all. It just feels like you're just shifting me a little bit. It's honestly painless. You just kind of hold everything in place and you let the table drop, but there's nothing harsh about it.
And people, because the other most common technique in America is they would lay you on your left side. Yeah. They would bend your right knee and they do like a body slam. They drop their body weight on the right side and you hear it go crack. I felt, Lenise, that would have been too aggressive.
Yeah.
You would have been afraid of me. I probably would have re-aggravated. So I've learned after 5 months, of it festering. I thought John used a more gentle technique, just little by little. But now so as the pelvis starts holding in place, Lenice's right side 5 months of pain starts to sort of improve. Then that stability loosened her body, and you also got some massages along the way.
Yes.
Some people, when I started building that massage room, all my neighbors were afraid it was going to be a bad massage parlor. So
Oh.
explain to people, is it a nice professional massage experience that you get?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The experience that you get is like a one-on-one personal type of development. When I originally started, I was just laying flat on the table. And I really didn't say anything. I didn't say, hey, this is kind of like uncomfortable, because it felt like my back was like kind of,
Arched.
arched and sinking in,
Okay.
and it was causing more pain. But the more I work with the massage therapist, she realized that because of the injury, I need a different type of setup.
Very good.
So she implemented some cushions to change the ergonomics of how I was laying,
Very good.
which definitely helped out tremendously. So it makes it very comfortable. The rooms are very clean and very serene. And they always check to make sure that if you have any allergies, you let them know up front, so that way they could address those situations as well. So they're very friendly, very, very well. They do their job very well. The entire massage therapist staff. Because of my work schedule, sometimes I can come during the day and that's someone else's shift. Sometimes I can come on in the evening and that's someone else's shift. And today I had someone else. But they all make you feel comfortable.
Very good.
Yeah.
So the reason we do massages, though, at this office, when you've been out of alignment for 5 months, everything shifts. Ligaments, tendons, discs. So as we level you, a nice 45-minute massage starts that shifting process. And my job is to try to teach you, give us some time, Lenice. Be patient. Give us, if it was damaged for 5 months, give us maybe 3 months to slowly reverse the process. We used to refer all of our patients out for massages. A local guy was too rough. The girls came back black and blue.
Oh.
So then I said, let me build a new addition. Let me hire and train my own girls. So it's nice to have this in-house experience where you can communicate to them and they talk about how you're doing. So though you're not 100%, we leveled your bottom, massaged and loosened your middle. So now your neck, when I get it to trt, that's why your mobility is much better.
Right.
Some patients watching this show, they are afraid, but I've learned you could crack a neck even gently. What does it feel like when I adjust your neck?
I feel relief afterwards, a lot of relief. But it's not anything that's abrasive. I've had my neck adjusted, in the past, maybe like, I don't know, maybe a decade or so ago.
Okay.
And it was not nearly as abrasive and invasive as the previous adjustments. And I like the fact that you prepare me before you do it. You're like, are you ready? I'm like, yeah, I'm ready. So I know what to expect. It's not, abrupt.
And again, the opposite is what I hear. People will say, I told my chiropractor, don't crack my neck. He snuck up behind me and cracked it anyway. Oh. And I think that's a terrible experience.
Yeah.
So no wonder doctors and patients watching this show are against what I do. But I'm praying. Remember, you are not a paid actor. This is a real patient sharing her story. Yeah, so we're going to break soon. I want you to watch the adjustment. We're going to check the length of her legs. It's probably going to be pretty good, but it was way out when I first met her. And for 5 months, these other guys, I hope your attorney's at peace when you can say, I switched to a different doctor. I am getting better results, but we're not yet where we used to be. Does he know that you switched to us?
Yes, they're aware. They're aware
Okay.
that I switched, but they're also aware that I'm not at 100%.
Right.
But I'm hopefully.
And you're right. Remember, I took special courses. Whenever we feel it's called maximum medical improvement, I write a 12-page report that says, her back's in alignment, but she still has some immobility. She still has permanent damage. We send you to a doctor for an impairment rating. So then these doctors, attorneys, they love this long 12-page report Because I want you to know, Elise, let's get you as healthy as we can, but let's not afraid to get money for pain and suffering. That's why you buy car insurance in the first place. Okay, so we're just about done. In conclusion, get a car insurance plan that has full tort so you can get a better settlement.
Yes.
In Pennsylvania, the minimum is $5,000. I tell people get more than that. Because if you ever need an ambulance ride or CAT scans, you had multiple MRIs,
Yes.
you wouldn't have enough money in your car insurance to cover all those services. Okay, so let's stop now. Let's go down the hall. You're going to simply see how our adjustments are helping her, where 5 months of the other care was not helping her. Hey everybody, I'm Dr. John, and again, I appreciate you spending your time with us today. I know time is valuable. I think it's the most valuable thing we own in this world. Lenice is great. She came up on a Saturday to tell her story. And I want you to see 5 months ago, back in April, which is 7 months ago, she was in a car accident. 5 months of care, not getting any better. Let's watch now to see, what do I do different than these other doctors do? So down we go. So her physical therapy probably kept stretching her. The chiropractor used some kind of a tool. Her main pain was along her whole right side all the time. So we're going to do what's called a Kemp orthopedic test. We're going to measure the length of her legs. I wanted to see, they always say it's just soft tissue damage, but they're wrong. If something is misaligned, you must first correct the misalignment, or the soft tissue damage will never heal. So Lenice, if you kept going there, I mean it, you would have never gotten any better at all. So we're going to do this Kemp test. Not much. I don't know if you can see it on TV. I'll get my hand. It's just a little bit longer on the right side. Just a little. So my way of using this table, we get on her right and her left. So again, the angle of my arms, the amount of tension I give her, nice and easy. She was hurting for months, so I had to just do this gently. Gradually she got better, but she tried to cut her grass, she got worse. Then I think she did some exercises or something and she got worse. So now she's just giving it some time. So I get on the right and the left. That shifts it. She had to put ice on it every day. We asked her, don't cross legs when you sit. Don't lay on a couch. Don't sit on the floor. All these, you have to let all this cartilage and tendons and ligaments start to heal. Now she can probably cut her grass and go shopping and things like that. So we always double check it. And it was way off, an inch off in the beginning. So now it's perfect. I do that every single visit for her. So where I was different, I was adjusting her spine while they were just approaching her soft tissues. I think sometimes, and I'll say this on TV, I think some facilities just use the car insurance monies, don't even care if they get results for the patient. I've talked to attorneys. My main goal is not just for her to get a good settlement, but my main goal is to give her back her health. She's a young woman with a good job. She wants to physically and mentally feel better so she can work and come home and spend time with her husband and her family. So it's much more to me than just the finances that people get in accidents. So we get her level. She just had a massage, so now we're going to adjust her neck. So for this part, we bring up the table. And I want people to watch this part. So lay on your back, please, ladies. So I guess, Lenice, they were not adjusting your neck at all at the other place, right?
No, they were not.
We call it when I write these reports for your attorney, it's called the G-force. The seatbelt holds her body tightly. It tightens upon impact, but all the more then, it causes more damage to the neck. So then our adjustments are to adjust her neck. And again, this is the part where a good chiropractor, note how she said it earlier. She had chiropractic care 10 years ago, but even that chiropractor was rougher. I've learned over the years, do it gently. Get her spine to move. Her mobility is improving, but yet not too hard to scare her away. So let's get this pretty hair out of the way here. I don't know if you're going to be able to hear this, but at least you'll be able to see it. So you take her facets, and then she's right. I always wait a second. I give her a second just to know what's coming. And I don't know if you can hear that, but a nice little, nice and gentle. So those facets will open up the nerve supplies to her arms and shoulders. I'm hoping a lot of her shoulder pain improves from the neck. Same thing to this side now. You take it to tension, and the angle of my arms, the angle of my wrists, all those little factors is why we can move this by being more gentle than the other chiropractor 10 years ago. Here we go. Good girl. So both, again, I don't know what you can, she and I can feel it, right, Lenise?
Oh,
yeah, so
I can hear it.
Yeah, there's like a multiple, nice and easy. Nothing rough though. I've seen chiropractors, and again, I disagree with their philosophy. They think, let's get this girl's neck and yank it to get fast results. It's like saying, I'm out of shape, I'm going to go to the gym and work out for 8 hours to get in shape quickly. You know darn well you're going to be so sore, you won't be able to go for weeks. So if you've been hurt by a chiropractor, don't give up on our beautiful profession. Find a chiropractor who will listen to your unique story, that they can use either massage therapy or chiropractic or laser therapy to heal your damage. Don't worry about the finances only with your attorney. Focus on getting back your health so you can have productivity in your mind and body for the next 40 years, and the financial settlement is still going to come. But more than money, I want to give her back her health. So we're going to bring her up. Is that pretty much what we do every time with you?
Absolutely.
Okay, so we tapped her right side, we adjusted her neck, nothing rough though.
No,
right?
not at all.
So we've been trying to do that twice a week, but I think you only came once this week because of your job?
Yes.
Okay. How is the right side? Were you more active? Like, did you rake any leaves at all lately?
No. But driving our truck makes it worse. It causes the pain to increase. And Thursday, I drove our truck to work, and it caused an immense amount of pain. I don't know whether it's because of the angle in which I sit. And the steering is different on the truck, so it bothers my shoulder even more. So in those type of cases, I kind of just go home and try to relax.
Again, thank you for your time. Look for a chiropractor who's gentle and who will listen to your story. Thank you.